Greetings, First Church family. I'm sitting here at home and I'm beside an old loom, a loom that's been in our family for, well, I think nearly over 100 years. I thought it might be an interesting place to share this message because what it made me think about is how a loom keeps things held together. The warps and the wefts of the cords and the materials that are part of the weaving are held and wound together in a way that should not come apart. I'm holding a rug here that was made by Todd's great grandfather many years ago, and look, even after all these years, it is still tightly wound together. I feel that that's an important thing to remember in this moment, how we have been tightly wound together in this time. So in this year, as I'm inviting you all to think about celebrating and dreaming and inviting, I want to celebrate a few things that have gone on in this church in this last year. We're at this moment where many things are quickly changing. The information that we receive about what's possible and what's not possible, what's prudent to do, what maybe things we can stop doing, that feels like it's changing so quickly. And so in this moment, remember, we have invited some folks to think about that. So I want to celebrate first those folks who have been doing that. And I want to celebrate those who have come together to help think about what spring activities look like in this church. But before I even celebrate that, I want to celebrate all of you First Church family, for all that you have done in this time of being distanced from each other, for your faithfulness and your stewardship, for your patience, for your work, for your care for each other, in the thoughtful ways that happens. There's so many things that I could celebrate, just to name a few of those. But I also want to thank those who have been in conversation in these last couple weeks. We gathered 3 different gatherings. The first one was open to our whole congregation, inviting us a couple weeks ago to think about, what our hopes and dreams are, even as the time seems so uncertain. And it feels like even that first gathering, listening to all of you, feels like an age ago, and so much has changed. In that time, we've learned more about some of the new variants that pose threats, but we've also learned that the speed and the rate of the vaccinations is speeding up as well. So there's this mixture both of continued hope and progress, and also of continued care and caution. So I want to thank Reed Hostetler for his leadership of that group, for Kathy Abrahamson, Chris Bross, Don Caddy, David Caddy, Heidi Forns, Lauren Hall, Jonathan Hines, Ben Hinman, Rhonda Croshan, Corey Pritchett, Bill Walker, Ellen Wilson. They were all a part of that group. And especially I want to say thank you to Kayla Hostetler, who is always there behind the scenes waiting to answer questions. She's our First Church, kind of our personal rock star, isn't she? And I want to give a special shout out and thank you to Kayla for all that she does. So after this congregational listening session and these 2 meetings, I've decided to receive this recommendation and to share this with you all. That beginning on April 18th, we will open one worship service to in-person worship. We have chosen the 9 o'clock first up service as that one for one reason, and one reason alone, and that is because that is a shorter worship service where there is less interaction, less contact possibility, and we can come in and be in our building, worship in the presence of others and in the space that we love, but also not spend too long there as we consider continuing to keep our protocols in place. Our 11 o'clock live stream service will remain broadcast only, and that will happen in real time following the 9 o'clock service. And we will also gather a group of folks to imagine what we can do creatively outside. We don't know what that will look like. It will be more interactive and less technological. It will be unplugged. And so if you have some interest in being a part of that and to joining some others and thinking about some activities that can happen We're not sure exactly what time that will happen. It could possibly be in the morning time, maybe concurrent with some of the others, or maybe it's at a different time of the day, even a different time of the week. We don't know, but we want to imagine other things that we can do in this time. I just want you all to remember that our top priority is keeping everyone safe. We want the safest environment possible while the pandemic still continues. And so we need your participation in that. We'll only begin that if Tippecanoe County remains in the blue category with COVID infections. We will continue to expect that those who are in the building will wear their masks, that they will remain distanced from each other at the recommended distance of about 6 feet. That means when you are in the sanctuary, you and those who are part of your health bubble, your family, if those who it is, will remain at a distance from other worshipers. We will have seats and sections spaced off and taped off so that there's only a limited number of places where you can sit. We'll also be expecting that those who come and worship will register. We've set up a system with our new Realm Church Management System to receive that, and on the week before worshiping opens, we'll expect folks to start registering for that. That is very important so that we can know who will be with us, who is there, if just for any reason we can do contact tracing if there's any problem associated with that. We need your help. We need your help to come and be a part of making sure that all our expectations and recommendations are followed through with. If you're willing to be an usher or a greeter to kind of help move people in and out, sort of keep people spaced apart, or just welcome folks, please let us know you're willing to do that. We're inviting you to send an email to Rhonda Crochet in our office for her to keep track of who has stepped forward to do those things. We need to build out our tech team. Our tech folks have been managed by kind of a limited number in this time, and we're ready to kind of train some new people. If you're wanting to work up in the tech booth and be trained, there's lots of new equipment, a little bit of learning that's going to have to take place. But we invite anybody who has a gift for that or a desire to be helpful in that way. There's a place of service. We need folks who will kind of hang around for a few minutes and just kind of make sure that we clean up, things are put in the right place afterwards. If you would be willing to help out in that way, please let us know. The main thing is that we continue to be vigilant about the things that will continue to keep us safe. There's so much unknown that is present now, and that I imagine, based on the history of this last year, that will be ongoing. But I want to return to my first celebration, which is you all. Thank you all for staying the course, for your steadfastness in this time, for being wound together, for being held together with the threads of care and community